Hey everybody. I'm going to share a quick tutorial with you right now on the distinction between management and leadership, which I'm calling Battle of the Ages. My name is Jeff Urton, and I'm a certified leadership coach and the principal and head coach at Your Purpose Coaching. Your Purpose is all about empowering purpose-driven people to achieve what really matters to them. So let's get into it here. The reason I've called this Battle of the Ages is that I feel there's this kind of power struggle between management and leadership, which one's better? And I'd say in general, in those kinds of conversations, leadership wins out. We have this view of leadership as being somehow elevated, right? Sort of like a better thing than management. And management can also be kind of a dirty word, right? Like oftentimes people don't like their managers, or this is just management. It's only management. If only this person was a real leader, okay? One of my intentions for this tutorial today is that we dispel some of that tension between management and leadership, and that we come to a definition and an understanding of these two things as disciplines, different disciplines that you can choose intentionally to employ in different situations to have to get the results you want. Right? With both one of them having incredible value and purpose towards achieving what matters to you. So what is management? I'm going to produce a couple of definitions here, right? One for management and one for leadership. Now, these are not the right answers, but these are the working definitions that I use of these two disciplines, informed through what I've read and heard from other thought leaders and my own experience as a practitioner of these disciplines. So this is my working definition for management. Management is motivating others into action toward your goal based on exactly who they are and as empowered by your authority. So let me explain a little bit more about that, okay? As a manager, you have an authority. Right? What I'm saying is that you're given this authority designated through your organization, your business, to have a responsibility over directing others. Okay? Now, that does not mean that you have to take an authoritarian or a heavy-handed approach for management. There are many different management styles, but what I am saying is that part of the deal with management is that you do have that authority should you choose to exert that kind of role power. You have the ability to, and it's actually your job to have authority over how things get done and how the activities of your employees are being carried out. Now, the other aspect to this is that what I'm saying here is that management is motivating others into action towards your goal based on exactly who they are. Managers understand their people well. Great managers do, okay? They understand what their strengths and weaknesses are. They understand their attributes and qualities. They understand their potential. They understand what motivates them. And based on that understanding of who they are as individuals and what they bring to your team, managers assign those individuals to the most appropriate role to fit within the team, to contribute to their maximum potential towards achieving a result, right? So they analyze and assess who is this person and how do they contribute to our overall goal here. They also motivate those individuals based on what they know about them, based on what their values and their beliefs and their aspirations, and they develop those people, right? They give those people feedback and they coach them and they develop them to grow as individuals and as professionals to maximize their potential based on who they are as an individual. So managers are tacticians, right? They are analytical, they're assessing the situation, they're placing people in the best roles to be able to accomplish what you need to for your team, and they grow and develop people's abilities to be able to further maximize potential. I often liken this to the role of a coach, like an athletic coach. When an athletic coach is holding tryouts and when they are forming their team, placing players in different roles and determining what overall strategy, what style of play, what offensive and defensive setups, what specific plays you're going to run, that's a tactical role, and it's the role that that coach is playing in that, using that discipline of management. Okay, managers, when you're choosing that mode, right, based on the situation you're in, to exercise that discipline of being a manager, there's a lot of ways that that you will want to show up, right? You'll find this naturally yourself already, and you want to intentionally activate this as well. Managers are observant, right? They're empathetic because they understand their people well, and they strive to understand their people well. They're analytical. They're taking in information and understanding how to assign it. Strategic goes along with that. They also clearly communicate their expectations, and when necessary, they are authoritative or assertive, because they have the ability to be able to say, look, this is what needs to get done, and here's how I want you to use your skills and abilities to deliver the activities, the tasks that are going to get us the result. And it's my job to ensure that that happens. So these are qualities of management. Now, I'm going to create leadership is distinct from management like this. What is leadership? Here's my working definition. Leadership is motivating others into action toward your goal, regardless of who they are, and without the need for authority. So, like management, the whole purpose here is to motivate others towards a goal, right? Now, I'm going to raise a couple of the key distinctions here, the two key distinctions here between leadership and management, and I'll start with without the need for authority. So, leaders do not necessarily have the ability to command or direct or delegate to their people. Okay, they have as their primary tool the ability to inspire others towards motivating their goal, which is why there is absolutely nothing structurally hierarchical about leadership. Anyone, no matter where you are in a formal structure in an organization or a business or society, can show up as a leader. Now, the other aspect I want to get into here too is the fact that they motivate others without authority, and they do it regardless of who those individuals are, regardless of who they are. Now, that isn't to say they don't care or don't take an interest in who they are as individuals, but what leaders do is inspire universally. They tap on the one thing that is universally motivating, the one truth that everyone knows to be true. They tap into and share a deeper experience of themselves or of a community, and a vision of what's possible. So, and by doing that, by sharing what's universal, they inspire others into a collective motivation towards achieving a goal, regardless of who the individuals are. And so in contrast to a manager who is a tactician, a leader is an illuminator, right? A leader casts light on what was previously in the dark. They illuminate a deeper motivation or inspiration that people collectively have about an experience that they've had, or a future vision that of what's possible. So the leader is an illuminator. Now, to show up as an illuminator, leading others, you're going to be inspirational and open. You've got to be authentic, courageous in sharing a bold vision, right? And really engaging with people so that you can move them into into action for whatever this vision or this goal is. So going back to the analogy of the athletic coach again, if a coach is a tactician, when they are establishing their team, right, conducting tryouts, selecting the team, assigning people to roles, determining what the best offensive and defensive approaches are for this team to engage in based on the skills that are available, if that's what the coach is as a manager, as a leader, the athletic coach is, in the huddle, either at the beginning of a season, the end of a practice, or the beginning of a game, in the huddle, tapping into that universal source of inspiration that everyone on that team shares. What is our common goal? What is our common purpose? What are we out here to achieve together? That is when the athletic coach is serving as a leader. Now, the athletic coach who's effective doesn't say, I'm just a leader, or doesn't say, I'm just a manager. They have the ability to engage in either one of his disciplines based on what is required. And I would assert that both are required. That the greatest athletic coaches and the greatest organizational and business managers are able to employ these two disciplines deftly based on the situation and what's required of them, giving neither one more weight than the other in terms of their importance. So that's my overview of management versus leadership. And what I hope I've been able to do is to dispel a little bit of that conflict that we have created between the two, and to instead instill some respect around both of these two modes of being, and motivating others towards a goal based on them being unique disciplines that are both highly valuable and which are applicable in different kinds of situations based on what you intentionally want to accomplish and deliver in the moment. So if you'd like to work more with me on developing your own leadership or management skills, or developing those kinds of skills in your teams, I'd be happy to offer you an introductory complimentary coaching session to explore my services with you, right? Either as a coach, as a trainer and an instructor for yourself and your teams, or as a consultant to help you and your organization work on your management and leadership skills and your productivity skills overall. So you can do so through my calendar, which is available at yourpurpose.net. Just book yourself in for a free complimentary introductory session, or you can send me an email at jeff@yourpurpose.net. It's GEOFF @yourpurpose.net. Okay, hope to speak with you soon.